Welcome everyone to the Cool Podcast. And here I have today is Ariana Montes, right? Montes?
Hello, yeah, Ariana Montes.
I've known her for all my life, and uh, for how long have I known you for? Like 5,000 years?
Forever.
Well, anyways, so the reason why I have her on here today is because we both have similar experiences with social media. Um, she started off on Musically. Before we get off
Yep.
on that, hopefully everyone's having a good day, and let's get this started. So tell me about yourself. Uh, who are you right now? What are you doing at the moment? And
Okay, well,
and your introduction to social media, aka Musically, before it became TikTok, right?
yep. Well, start off. My name is Ariana. I am 19 years old and I go to NMSU. I am a sophomore in college. And my social media, the way that started was like, I want to say 2015, 2016, when Musical.ly was still a really big thing. And I honestly just started posting consistently, and I noticed like a growth in my followers. And yeah, it's pretty much like I started like posting just random things that I wanted to post, that I like to post, and I saw my followers go up, and that's pretty much what started it.
Okay, cool. I don't really know. I never asked you this question. I remember we were talking about that when
Mm,
I graduated, and that's when they were doing like the Musically. They're trying to do a show like how they're doing it on TikTok
yeah,
about TikTok now. Is it on Netflix or Hulu?
right.
It's on Netflix, I think.
I believe it's on Netflix. Yeah.
But but something happened and just kind of fell through, right?
Yeah, like okay, so around 2016, that's when Musically started to die down and it started to become TikTok, right? So with the whole show thing, like I guess they started selecting like a couple of users that were had a lot of followers and like trying to like kind of get a house kind of like how TikTok is now on Netflix. And basically they were going to get a group of people, put them in this house, and kind of like I guess kind of like a social media house, like film content with each other and get to know get to meet new people, and I guess like kind of expand your social media platform.
Do you remember how much of a following you got on Musically?
I want to say it was about like 30-40K.
Like, oh shit. I mean, damn.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, yeah, it was like around 30-40K, and that's that. I was still what at the time I was in seventh grade. So it was a lot to take in, having like all kinds of people see you and see your every move every single day, you know?
Is that why you stopped?
Um, Honestly, yes, because at the time I was a kid, so I feel like my mindset at that age was different to what it is now. And I feel like back then I really couldn't handle a lot of what I can handle now, you know, like people tell me something, I'm like, oh yeah, whatever, okay. But back then I would take it to heart, and I would really just like overthink, and I started to like develop anxiety because of it. And I think it was just too much for me to handle, to be honest.
Well, was it be were you getting anxiety because there was hate in the comments and there was just people making fun of you, or what was?
Um, that too, but mostly because it was like you had thousands of people watching your every single move. You know what I mean? Everything you did, everything you posted, everything you said, people took it and ran with it. You know,
Yeah.
it was never like you could just be and post. Oh, you just want to be dumb and post something for fun. Like it was always like if you're gonna post something, like post to be for real, because you're gonna have a bunch of haters in your comments, or like people just trying to criticize you and what you're doing. You know what I mean?
And that's a big old ego hurt. Like that hurts your ego a bit because I kind of relate to that. Um, Okay, so we relate in many ways because I would say last year I started doing TikTok, and I would say I got a small following as well. I posted a couple of videos. I would say how many, like 4 or 5 videos went viral, like super viral,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
my account got an average of I think 4 million likes as well. But because of that, I wasn't really. I don't know. It was just I didn't like attention first of all, and also just having to please the audience. And when you did make
right.
something that was kind of half-ass, it I would lose followers, so I could feel the anxiety, and honestly I got a little bit of depression because of that.
Yeah, because you start to doubt yourself in the work you're putting out. Sometimes you're just putting out stuff just for fun, and people assume and like automatically just are like, oh, this is trash, this is whack, and start unfollowing. And you can get unmotivated a lot of times when that happens because you can't really be yourself in that situation. You know what I mean? And I do feel like that's why a lot of um, celebrities, influencers, whatever you would like to call them, have like spam accounts. They have their main accounts where they post professional, strictly videos that they know are gonna blow up, and then they have their videos where, or their other accounts that have like they just post random stuff that they want, you know?
But I remember you telling me about that because remember I have one, and the reason why I stopped too is not only the anxiety, and I would have to post 6 videos a day and all that kind of bullcrap, but I also had a strike. I had one more strike till my account on TikTok was deleted. I did all that hard work. It was months worth of work. I didn't want to just lose it
They
because
started banning you because they started like flagging you for dumb reasons
stupid
too.
crap. But that's the reason why I stopped. But I remember you telling me about that to make a separate account. I tried, but the thing is, that's double the work.
It is double the work.
But so I'm gonna ask you a couple
I
questions
had
here.
to, of course.
Okay, so the first question is, what are your beliefs in social media? It could be anything. It could be toxic. It could be also entertaining.
Okay.
It just explain why to me.
Um, Social media to me is, I feel, can be very, very toxic, but I feel like it's also a good platform for you to expand your mind and learn because, like, I feel like, yeah, you go to school and they teach you the basics and stuff, but I feel like for like an example, like you're interested in something and you're learning in something, or like you want to do more research into something, you can, you know what I mean? Like it's given to you. It's like right there in your face. Like if you want to know something a little more about something, you can go and like research it, look it up, read about it.
Hello, hello. Are you still there? Are you still with me?
Huh?
What happened? You cut off there. You're all frozen.
Oh, I don't know.
You're all frozen on the screen. Um, run by me one
Where
more
did I
time.
leave off?
Yeah, where did you leave off? Because you froze there, and I don't know what
Okay.
happened.
Okay. So I, again, here goes again. My opinion on social media is I personally feel that it's really toxic for many reasons. Um, I'll name one reason. Let's see. I feel like social media is a good place. It's a negative place in general. I feel like people go on there and like right away, like you could have posted like a pretty picture of yourself or anything that you like or you find like, oh, that's cute, I'm gonna post it. And there's gonna be people in there that are like always hating on you, talking down on you, and people take that to heart. Like people will like pull the blind eye to like all the positivity and good comments, but as soon as you see that one comment that's like out of pocket or like making you feel bad about yourself, it like automatically stands out and like puts all the good comments to like on the floor, you know? And it's that one worst comment that's like you could care less about, but that one comment that gets to you, you know what I mean? I feel like that's also what a reason why like social media is really toxic because people let people like dictate how they feel about themselves. You know what I mean? They let people sit behind their phone, their computer, whatever, and just basically like, oh yeah, like talk crap about their lives or how they look or whatever. And that person takes it to heart, you know what I mean? I feel like that's where social media comes into toxicness because us as people, we shouldn't care what other people are saying on social media because they wouldn't say that to your face, you know? So I feel like that's a big reason why I personally feel that social media is toxic. And it's also just, I feel like could be really time consuming toxic. Like sometimes when you're with your family and you're all together, like a lot of times you'll notice that people aren't really present in the present moment with everybody. They're just on their phones, on social media,
Or posting
on
their
their laptops.
babies all the
Yeah.
time. I'm
So
not talking any shade of on our auntie, but I don't. They post a lot, and sometimes I love her. I love her cousin,
but
but
it could get
it could
exhausting.
get exhausting. I'm like, I don't.
Snapchat blowing up.
Yeah, bring group chat. For
Ay, ay,
sure.
ay.
And I kind of relate to you there because that's why I stopped reading the comments on TikTok when I would make a video, because there'll be 100 good ass like comments,
Comments.
but there's that one comment there
One.
that would just
Mhm.
haunt you in your freaking mind while you're sleeping, and you're like, low key, you're like, maybe I am like that, or maybe I do look
Like
like
you
that.
start criticizing yourself.
Yeah, and so you're kind of self conscious when you go back to make the next video. I don't know.
Right. Or you start overthinking a lot of stuff that you wouldn't normally overthink because you let that one negative comment get to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I was gonna ask you this question: do you think social media creates more of a narcissistic environment? But before we get to that, do you know what a narcissist is? What's your definition of a narcissist in your mind?
The definition of a narcissist to me is somebody who is always constantly having to be praised. And if it's not their way, it goes no way. Um, it's like you always have to kind of obey them, like in a way. Like they have to feel honored constantly. They have to always have validation for certain things. And it's kind of like, or anything you do is wrong in their eyes, no matter what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you pretty much hit it right off the bat. You hit it right there, for the most part. So I did a little bit of digging myself. I found this
Uh-huh.
one YouTube creator. Her name is, what is her name here? Sometimes I just watch these videos just for fun. Um,
Uh-huh.
Damn, I thought I had her video. I have it here somewhere. Give me a second. Her name is Dr. Ramani. It's on YouTube. She has like 1 million followers. She talks about different forms and different traits of narcissism. So I have
Mhm.
so there's 4 types of narcissism. We're gonna be talking about
Okay.
specifically 2 that narc that kind of connects to what I'm gonna ask you for this next question. So
Hmm.
the first narcissist, which we're going to be talking about for the most part, is grandiose narcissism. The definition of grandiose means I'm better than you, pretty much. That's what it means. So whatever you do, it sucks compared to me because I'm better, right? So that's the
Right.
first one. The second
They
is,
feel they feel superior,
yeah, and they make everyone feel kind of like shitty,
less
or
than yeah.
yeah, or less than. That's a perfect word. I'm all shitty. I love that word. Sorry. But the
I
second,
don't know.
patty mouth, dollar jar. So okay, so the second one is malignant narcissist. So those ones are the scary
Mhm.
ones. This is the one. This is who Dr. Ramani stated. The malignant narcissists are the ones that you should be scared of. They're low key, borderline psychopathic or sociopathic.
Like serial killer
Yeah,
vibes.
they have no empathy towards the person they're doing stuff to. Like they don't, unless it's their
Ted
family,
Bundy.
and they're usually robbers. Sometimes they're killers, and they're usually people in prison. So that's a
Mm-hmm.
malignant narcissist. The third one is covert narcissist. That's they confused. Also, Dr. Ramani stated this. Sorry if I poked my ear. She A covert narcissist is when they use the pity me, pity me. Oh, I could have back then if I did that, I would have done better than that person. Or um, no one recognizes my talent, and that's a shame. So they should recognize me for that. Blah blah blah. And
More of like the cry wolf.
be boo boo. That's what they are.
Mm.
To feel bad for them, and that's how they get.
Yep.
And when people feel bad for them, that's how they get their what you call it, their special treatment or their need
Their
for
praise.
validation, sort of say.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of psychiatrists, sorry, uh, think that they're treating these people with depression, but they're actually just covert narcissists. And then the last
Right.
but not least, this is the one I was holding. This one's kind of a new one.
Mm-hmm.
It's called a communal narcissist. This is what you already know this one. A communal narcissist is when someone does charity work or good things and seeks
Mm-hmm.
validation. An example, social media. You know, a lot
Mm.
of like YouTubers, oh, look, yeah, I just donated $1 million to the starving children in Africa, or I donated
Yep.
this amount to the poor damn
Cancer hospital.
cancer, or for the pets that are lost in the road or whatever. And they post it online. They post it online to seek that validation. They get it like that. And also, I think it's a communal narcissist, also a grandiose narcissist, where it's the same. When they have kids, oh, look at my kid, he's in the Ivy League school, or this and that, he's gonna do great things. And when the kid doesn't do what
It's
they
kind of,
want,
not to be mean, it's kind of giving not grandma B, Tia B vibes.
DIB, that's it.
For her grandkids.
Yeah, it's an auntie of ours. We're throwing shade here. Sorry, we don't mean to. You don't know who she is, but she's an auntie of ours. She's always, I mean, yeah, it's kind of like, oh, my kid's going to this college and he's doing this and he's studying this, so he's going to become a great person. And that's where it connects to the three patterns of or the tendencies, I should say, of a narcissist. So the third narcissistic trait or tendency is the need for special treatment. Karens, YouTubers, Instagrammers. Oh, I have this many followers, so I deserve this. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, they feel better than everybody.
and
They
believe it or
feel
not,
like they're top notch.
yeah, that's how they feel. But that kind of goes into where. Do you know what they call Los Angeles?
Los Angeles?
Yeah, you know what Los Angeles is known for being?
What?
It's they call it the capital of narcissism.
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't know that actually.
See, and that's where a lot of social media is tied. If you want to blow up, it used to be like that. I don't know about now. You have to go to Los Angeles and you have to meet a lot of higher ups or people that are more
Yeah.
established in it to blow your
Connections.
connections. Yeah. So that's where it connects. And so, like, I don't know. I watched this. Um, I highly recommend this guy. He makes excellent videos. His name is Onision. No, not Onision. Um, damn, I forgot his name. If I can, I'll try to put it in the video down below. He makes excellent videos. He watched this one video by Vice, uh, where they followed this group of social media influencers, small time social media influencers, and it showed that a lot of places where they had to get into, they had to show their social media following to get into there.
Damn.
So what do you think that is? Like, do you think that's very? Is that kind of narcissistic?
It is because they feel as if just because of the amount of followers that they have, that they're able to get away or do more than others because of what they have. You know what I mean? It's giving like you think you're better than everybody just because you have 2 million followers on Instagram and 3 million on TikTok. You know what I mean?
Weren't you telling me where like this guy tried to buy shoes, but he couldn't buy them because he only had a certain amount of followers?
Yeah, this guy, he's a famous, what is it called, live streamer now on Twitch, and his name's Aiden Ross, and he went to California. He hates California because of how people are. He went to California and was walking down. I forgot what store he went into, but he went into the store and they're basically like, no, we can't sell you these shoes because you can't promote us and you only have this amount of followers. So he was kind of like, damn, like it's kind of like discrimination in a way. Like you're discriminating me. You're not going to sell me shoes just because I don't have 2 million on Instagram or 5 million on TikTok. Like that's kind of, you know.
Uh-oh. Give me a second here. Damn, Zoom. But anyways, well, that's kind of connecting. See, that's connects to this next question. So, the last one, of course, uh, actually, so we just talked about the third narcissistic tendency or pattern or whatever you want to call it. The fourth one is the need to be by important people, right? So
Mm.
that's where social media influence certain things. Where remember, like I said,
Popularity.
yeah. Do you know any instances of where certain YouTubers, small time YouTubers, moved to LA to partner up with a high time, like
Like collab.
a collab with a big time YouTuber, and they got pretty much shit on? Like Shane Dawson, right?
Shane Dawson, like Jeffree Star, a lot. Like a lot of people, like people go thinking like, oh, because a lot of people put on this persona of how they act on social media, right? So when they actually go and meet like this person that people a lot of times look up to and meet them in real life, they a lot of times don't end up liking them because they're a whole different person in real life than what they are on online. You know what I mean? They act different. The way they move is different. Their attitude's different. Like kind of like with same thing with like rappers. A lot of times when they collab, they're like, yeah, he's cool or whatever, but he was kind of like stuck up and blah blah blah. Like he thought he was kind of better than everybody because of who he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What the? So it says here for my Zoom, it says remaining meeting time is 8 minutes and 5 seconds. So we have 8 minutes to answer these questions. So we're gonna have to kind of run by this pretty quickly.
Speed up.
Yeah, I don't know why that's happening, but so after talking about that, understanding what narcissism is and what it could be, how very toxic, and examples of how that's kind of in social media, going back to that question, do you think social media creates more of a narcissistic environment? And do you think it's growing? Not just from
Uh,
LA?
Personally, I do, and I say this because people have egos, and when people are on social media and they see that what they're doing on social media is growing, they tend to get egos and forget where they come from and feel that they're superior than others because of where they at on social media, how many followers they have. And I feel like this is an ongoing thing just because like there's new influencers that are coming out every single day, you know? And people start to grow a big head when they see numbers coming in and all that combination, you know, it gets to their heads.
And then also, like, you do you agree with me on this too? All the validation you're getting from these posting when you grow a social media following, low key, like for me, it kind of, yeah, ego boosts you. It goes to your head. But do you think this is coming on to the younger generation too? Because I've noticed that some of these like younger generation kids, they don't give a hell about anything. They don't care about you. All they
Yeah.
care is about themselves. And they could say some hurtful crap, and they don't care if that hurts your feelings or not because they're that's what they think they're right.
And we have parents too nowadays that really don't discuss the situation or approach it in the way of, you know what, you can't be like this. This is how you're acting. And this is how you should be acting, and you're not. A lot of times they just disregard the situation. And a lot of times that's why we are in the situations that we are with these kids nowadays that are growing up full blown in social media, you know? When we were growing up, it was kind of like, yeah, we had Snapchat barely came out. We had Facebook, but nobody was really on that. Like now it's like full throttle, you know?
I don't even go on social media. Maybe Snapchat once in a while. TikTok
Yeah.
I stopped going on. It just left a bitter taste in my mouth. We only have 5 minutes left, so we're gonna talk about the next one. So let me see here. Uh, do you believe suppression of speech in social media is a narcissistic tendency?
I it can be, I feel. That's I feel like it just depends, to be honest, you know?
Do you know any instances of where that's like any scenarios? Because I got one. I know the Andrew Tate situation.
Okay.
Do you know what happened? Why he got canceled?
Um, I saw that he got canceled because of like a lot of remarks he was making about women, for one. Um, Thinking that he was kind of like the superior man of everybody, and that, you know, kind of ego boosting himself in a way, trying to get validation from other men as well. Um, but yeah, I feel like that's majority of why he got canceled is just hate speech. A lot of hate speech that he was doing towards women, and of course posting illegal like guns and stuff on his Instagram.
So, this might be the last question because we only have 3 minutes left. But from what I've learned, it's what I've learned and read about it, the situation. He was making a remark about, or he said that it's
Mm-hmm.
a woman's fault for being assaulted and being in that situation. That's what he said. I know he said some stupid crap, but at the end of the day, that's still suppression of speech.
Yeah,
You
it
know what I
is.
mean? Like he he still makes funny content. I agree maybe with
Like
20%
not
of what he
like
says, and
yeah,
the
don't get
rest is
me
bullshit.
wrong. Like he has some valid points.
But that is still suppression of speech. Also, going back to like, if you're a Donald Trump supporter and you tweet about something this and that, you get canceled for it because going back to the narcissistic tendency, my opinion matters, not yours. So I'm the right one. So you're done. Almost like a group of Karens. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Do you,
for real.
yeah. Do you know like any other instances of that happening? Or can you give just an example of narcissism within the next minute? Because we got 2 minutes and 37 seconds.
Mm. This one could be a little touchy, but like another example could be like LGBTQ community. Like sometimes you may say something not to offend anybody, but they take it automatically like the wrong way. Like, why don't you support that? You not like them, or like right away assuming, you know what I mean? Like quick to jump to conclusion or assumption of their own way. Like they think that, oh, just because you said that, oh, that's you just don't like any of us.
And that
You know
goes,
what I mean?
yeah, and that's what you were saying earlier. Going back to the narcissistic, it doesn't mean they're narcissists, but going back to the narcissistic tendencies, I'm the right person. My opinion matters.
Right.
I'm right, and you're wrong. So
It
canceled.
doesn't matter what you say.
Yeah, we've experienced firsthand with some narcissists, and of course I should have charged my computer, and it's almost dying. But we've had some firsthand experiences with that, and that's how she was like that. She was
Right.
like I would say a group full of people, but she was like that. She was right no matter what. Even if we proved her wrong, she was right, and that's how can I say it? That's how social media is in a nutshell, and people don't agree to disagree. And that's what I'm
Yep.
trying to convey here. As these generations go by, how much.
Same thing with politics.
Same thing with
Same thing with
politics. Yeah,
politics.
but also, I lost my train. I got a brain fart. I was gonna say something. Oh no, I forgot. Damn. But
You have 30 seconds.
I have 1 minute. Okay, so just to end this podcast off, do you have anything to say about what we just talked about? Do you think this will change, or do you think it's going to get any worse?
My honest opinion is I feel that narcissism will never go away. Um,
Well, narcissism has always been around, but do you
yeah,
think
it
it's
has always
increasing?
been around. Um, for sure. I think it will. I think um how social media is now, I feel like it's just gonna be
Rapid
hectic.
fire, rapid fire. Spit out, spit
It's
out.
gonna be chaotic.
All right, guys. Well, this is the end of our podcast. Ooh. Well, she cut off. She thanks you for listening to her, and also thank you for listening to me. I hopefully you can make your own conclusion about what you just saw right now. So have a good day. Thank you. Goodbye.